So this video is about working out probabilities. So it's a pretty simple calculation, which is this formula here, is that we take the number of favourable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. So an outcome is just a result. So for example, if I'm flipping a coin, there are two outcomes, a heads or a tails. If I roll a dice, I can either get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's called our sample space. So that's all the possible results. And that's the number that goes at the bottom. So any probability to do with coins is out of 2, and any probability that's out using a dice is out of 6. What makes the probability of each event different is what's favourable. So if I change the event to the probability of getting heads, okay, that's only one of the two possibilities. So the probability of getting heads is equal to 1 out of 2. Whereas if I roll a dice, the probability of getting a 3 is out of 6. And only one of those is a 3. So you end up with 1 out of 6. And that's basically it. You work out how many things there are in total, how many of them are favourable, and that's your probability. So in our example, we're going to look at a normal pack of 52 playing cards. Each card has an equal chance of being selected. If I draw a card, what is the probability that I select? Black card that's equal to 5, and is one that is less than 3. And so a lot of the problems with probabilities, it might be a context you're not familiar with. A lot of you may not be familiar with the pack of cards and how it's all divided. So having a good understanding of this will make it a lot easier. Cards are great because there's a number of different ways of splitting them up. So there's 52 individual cards. Then they're also divided into 4 suits, which is clubs, spades, diamonds, and hearts. Also, each suit is either a black or a red. So clubs and spades are black, and diamonds and hearts are reds. And each suit is divided up into 13 different cards with an ace through to king. And you can see the pictures there. I've also included about the regular dice as well. They are ones you should be familiar with when you get them. So going back to our question, our normal pack of 52 playing cards, what's the probability of us getting a black card? So we write probability black. All right, and what you can see is that there are spades are black and also clubs are black. They're each 13. So we end up with 26 out of 52. Now, the great thing about doing this cards question is that it illustrates the simplification of fractions, which we know should be 26 is half of 52, or both can be divided by 2, which gives you your 13 over 26, and then you can divide those by 13 or whatever. But that you can simplify 26 over 52 as a half. But that also works with the probability, because if I said that there, for a black card, there are 2 possible colours, either red or black, and black's one of them. So the simplification is just showing you the difference between the suit and the looking at the colours. So the next one, the probability of getting a 5, probability equals 5. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 out of 52. But another way to think about it is that if I think of the suit of 13 cards, there's only one of them that is a 5. All right. And the last one, probability that we end up with a card that is less than 3. So got to be really careful of the language of this, is that if it's less than 3, we don't include 3. So it's 2 or ace. So the probability that it's less than 3 is we have got 8 out of 52. But if we think about one suit, it would be 2 out of 13. And that's it. You don't have to simplify probabilities, so either answer would be acceptable. So it makes it a little bit easier that way. So just remember, it's the number of favourable outcomes divided by how many there are in total.